Hello, my name is Steve Dinkin, President of the National Conflict Resolution Center. I want to take a moment and reflect upon the last 6 months and talk about some of the programs that the National Conflict Resolution Center has implemented in response to the key issues that we're facing in our society. There's been a confluence of events, the pandemic, the aftermath of the George Floyd killing, and then the attack on the nation's capital in January. We're all feeling that sense of incivility and polarization in our society. So as an organization, we've set upon a number of initiatives to try to put the nation and our community on the right path. We have a series called The Path Forward, which is a dialogue series where we're tackling really challenging issues and teaching people how to talk to one another when they disagree, but to do so in a respectful way. In February, we held an event with the New York Times bestselling author Arthur Brooks, who wrote Love Your Enemies. This is a key book that really addresses how to be respectful for someone who has a completely different perspective. So we held this national dialogue. We had over 3,000 people attend from across the country. And this series is going to continue. In July of this coming year, Ashley Virtue from our office is going to be hosting an event called Boss Ladies. And this event is going to look at the inequality of women in the workplace and how to tackle that very challenging issue. And then on September 11th, we're going to have another A Path Forward event around the commemoration of 9/11. It's the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and we're going to have a concert of hope with Branford Marsalis in partnership with Mainly Mozart. So we look forward to having you join us at these upcoming events. Throughout the past year, we also had our Peacemaker Awards dinner in the spring that honored Anthony Fauci as a national leader, a peacemaker, a scientist who has worked with multiple administrations, both Democrat and Republican, and how he's been able to navigate through those differences and really put Americans first. And then for our Philanthropy Award, we honored the 3 foundations for their work around COVID. And then our local award went to the Colo sisters, who are overcoming racism through an Instagram site that they set up dealing with the Poway School District. So many events that we've hosted and will continue to host in the coming year, all around a path forward, how to overcome all of these differences. In addition to these events, there are other types of initiatives that we've been working on. One is the Avoiding the School to Pipeline to Prison. This is an initiative that we've been working on for many years, but just this past 6 months, we were awarded a 5-year contract through the District Attorney's Office to completely reform the way juveniles are handled through the justice system. Rather than going through the traditional court system, we will now have an opportunity to work with the youth through restorative practices and helping them in a 6-month period really find what their inner passion is. And if they're able to identify that, we can put them into skill building programs and internships and give them the type of therapy they need to really set them on a positive course. This is an approach to avoid recidivism. Rather than having youth just fall back into the system, we're going to empower them in partnership with the District Attorney's Office and many organizations across this community to really change the way the youth look at each other and to keep them out of the justice system. In addition to our justice reform program, we're still doing a lot of work across workplaces in the nation and throughout our region. We have a whole series of communication and conflict resolution trainings, including the Bystander Challenge, which is addressing microaggressions in the workplace, We're in the midst of training thousands and thousands of people in the Toyota Corporation and other companies and universities and government agencies with these very important communication and conflict resolution trainings. The last very important thing that happened in this past 6 months is the launch of the Center for Civility in partnership with UCSD. This is a first center of its kind. And while NCRC is a practitioner organization and the good work that we're doing, we realized that we need to partner with a research institute so that we could discover what are the best practices to overcome all of these challenges that we're facing in society around polarization and differences of opinion and the school to pipeline to prison and harassment in the workplace. So the university, in partnership with NCRC, will not only look at our programming, but best practices across the country. And then we'll synthesize all of those ideas and best practices in an impact paper and then hold a national conference every year around these topics so that we can disseminate these best practices across the country. So there's a lot that's happening across our country, and NCRC is doing our best to respond to these most challenging issues. We're only halfway through the year. There's a lot more to do, and we're ready and poised to continue in this effort and along this journey. Thank you.